And NASA detected a mysterious object speeding toward Earth. And some actual bona fide experts think it might not be your typical space rock or maybe any kind of rock or a natural phenomenon at all.
It's shedding 10 pounds of pure nickel every single second. As the mysterious interstellar object 3 Atlas barrels through our solar system, it leaves behind a metallic trail that, according to our best science, simply should not exist. This bizarre discovery has shaken the astronomical community to its core. And now, a leading Harvard astrophysicist is warning, this might not be a comet at all. It could be something far more extraordinary, perhaps even a piece of technology. In the vast, silent theater of space, a new actor has entered, and its performance is leaving scientists utterly stunned. On July 1st, 2025, a survey team in Chile pointed their telescope skyward and spotted a faint light moving at 130,000 miles per hour. This wasn't a local asteroid or comet. Its trajectory was all wrong. This was a traveler from beyond our solar system, only the third confirmed interstellar object humanity has ever seen. They named it 3 Atlas. At first, scientists celebrated. Here was a rare chance to study material from another star system without leaving home. But as Atlas drew closer, celebration turned to confusion, and then alarm. When astronomers used the Very Large Telescope to analyze its light, they expected to find familiar elements: water, dust, iron. Instead, they found something nearly impossible. The object was shedding nickel, but with almost no iron at all. That might not sound unusual until you realize nickel and iron are cosmic twins. They're forged together in dying stars and almost always appear side by side. Meteorites on Earth? They're full of both. But 3 Atlas was spewing pure nickel stripped of its partner. That's when a top Harvard astrophysicist raised the alarm. On Earth, separating nickel from iron requires advanced industry and massive amounts of energy. Nature doesn't just do this. So why was an interstellar object producing pure nickel in the vacuum of space? Was this a red flag? A sign of technology rather than geology? The unsettling possibility was clear. 3 Atlas might not just be a visitor. It could be a message in a bottle, deliberately crafted and set adrift across the stars. The James Webb Space Telescope soon turned its gaze toward Atlas and uncovered another puzzle. Unlike most comets, which are dominated by water ice, Atlas was primarily made of carbon dioxide. Its CO2 to water ratio was off the charts, 8:1, the highest ever recorded. Typical comets? Just 4% CO2. This object was built differently, behaving differently, and shedding impossible metals. It was no longer just a comet. It was a riddle, and its path only deepened the mystery. Interstellar visitors usually follow long, graceful arcs as gravity pulls them past the sun. But Atlas didn't act like a wandering rock. Its trajectory seemed almost deliberate, making precise flybys of Venus, Mars, and Jupiter in a single visit. The odds of that happening randomly, a staggering 0.005%. To put that into perspective, you're more likely to be struck by lightning multiple times than to see this happen by chance. Even stranger, Atlas approached our solar system on a retrograde orbit, traveling backwards against the flow of planets. If you were designing a probe to survey our system, this would be the perfect path. Moving against the traffic, getting closer looks at multiple planets in a short time, like a car slowly driving the wrong way down a one-way street. And yet, its closest pass to the sun, the moment we should have seen it at its most active, happened on the far side of the sun from Earth, making it nearly impossible for us to capture detailed observations. Coincidence or concealment? Pile these anomalies together: the nickel without iron, the bizarre gases, the improbably precise path, the retrograde orbit, and the picture grows harder to dismiss. This doesn't look random. It looks intentional. It looks like a survey. The idea of alien probes isn't just science fiction anymore. Serious scientists are being forced to consider it. But if Atlas is artificial, it wouldn't be the first time we've faced such a question. Back in 2017, the first known interstellar object, Oumuamua, stunned astronomers. It was cigar-shaped, moved too fast to originate from our solar system, and, most bizarrely, it accelerated as it left. Normally, comets speed up from jets of gas, but Oumuamua had no coma, no tail, no outgassing. What was pushing it? That same Harvard professor proposed a radical explanation. Maybe it wasn't a rock at all. Maybe it was a solar sail, a thin sheet of alien technology propelled by starlight. The claim was controversial, but the data was undeniably strange. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, Oumuamua vanished beyond our reach, leaving nothing but questions. Now, less than a decade later, 3 Atlas has arrived with its own bizarre traits. One odd object could be dismissed as a fluke. 2, that begins to look like a pattern. The universe is unimaginably vast. The odds of 2 such unique anomalies visiting our small solar system in under 10 years are astronomical. Could they be connected? Could one have been a scout? And this the follow-up? Some suggest 3 Atlas isn't a message, but something else entirely. Perhaps it's alien debris, the discarded fuel tank of a much larger vessel, or a fragment of a destroyed megastructure. Others imagine something even more incredible, a von Neumann probe, a self-replicating machine that harvests raw materials from asteroids to build and spread copies of itself across the stars. And then there's the most profound theory of all, that Atlas could be a celestial cedar, designed to spread life. Its unusually high carbon dioxide content might not be an accident, but part of a terraforming process, delivering the building blocks of biology to fertile worlds like ours. Of course, science demands restraint. There are natural possibilities too. Rare, violent cosmic events like kilonovae or asymmetric supernovae could, in theory, produce such unusual materials. Perhaps Atlas is simply debris from one of these ancient explosions, flung across the galaxy by chance. But if that's true, the odds of it arriving here, on such a peculiar path, seem vanishingly small. And that raises one final, unsettling possibility. What if its purpose is simply to be seen? Not a probe, not a cedar, not debris, but a test. A lure to see if anyone is watching, and whether we're advanced enough to notice. Either way, 3 Atlas forces us to confront questions bigger than ourselves. If it's natural, then the universe is far stranger than we imagined. And if it's artificial, then we are not alone. So, what do you think? Is 3 Atlas just a bizarre cosmic coincidence, or the deliberate calling card of an intelligence far beyond our own? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.